Hey guys, and welcome back to the Money Cypher channel. Have you ever wondered what impoverished people do that the affluent don't? YouTube has a plethora of films to help you. Many of them are intriguing and entertaining to watch, but they fail to convey the difference. Rich individuals shower more often than poor people, but do you honestly believe this is what separates the two groups of people? Neither do I. The true difference is in the attitude, in the manner you play the money game. If you suddenly start watching more or watching less TV, you will not become wealthy. Hey, let's talk 8 things the rich and poor will do in 2021. Number 1. The impoverished defend themselves. What are your odds of winning a game if you were to play just defense, or none at all, correct? In spite of this, most individuals still play the game of money the same way. They don't care about winning or being the best. They just don't want to lose. It is all they care about is getting out of debt. The difficulty with this method is that if your aim is only to be above the water, you'll only obtain that. As for those who save 10% of their salary, invest it in the stock market, and hope the stock market doesn't crash so that when they're elderly, they have something to depend on. There are few individuals who do better than that. But until then, they'll be confined to a low-paying job. That's okay, but if your only aim is to pay the bills, you'll just remain where you are. Stop playing defense and start playing offense and aim for the stars if you want to build money. If you aim for the moon, at the very least you'll strike the stars, as a wise man once remarked. Number 2. Rich people appreciate freedom more than impoverished people. I don't mean whether or not you live in a democracy when I say you have freedom. Having freedom is being able to live the life that you desire, rather than the one that someone else wants you to live. So why do so many individuals remark, quote-unquote, money isn't everything? Let's go of the idea that money is all that matters in life, or maybe the most well-known. Money is the source of all evil. In spite of this, you'll still see folks working all day and night only to avoid having to deal with the bill collectors. Having to undertake a work that they'd like to be free of since they not only despise it, but also because they may also be enraged with their employer. If given the chance, they would leave that employment. The reason money means freedom is because of this. So, how exactly do you plan to go after money? It's negative if you see it that way. It's in everyone's best interest to keep growing wealthy, the ability to live their life as they see fit. Number 3. Working hard is how those who live in poverty make a living. The idea is contentious. Since you're supposed to put in the hours to earn your money, allow me to elaborate. When looking to increase their income, what do the majority of individuals do? Working overtime or taking on a second job is an option for those who want to rise through the ranks. Regardless of how much money you make, you have a certain amount of time in which to do things. Consequently, rather of working hard to earn their money, the affluent just sit back and let it do all of the work for them. As opposed to the way that most people handle money, these folks see it as a tool that helps them make even more money. Though you'll have to work hard at start, it's just a matter of time until you're wealthy like the affluent. You'll have greater flexibility if you earn enough to replace yourself financially. Number 4. Those who are poor tend to dwell on the difficulties they face rather than focusing on the positive aspects of their lives. It's something one of my pal has been thinking about for a long time. Even though he's been telling me this for the last 3 years or 4 years, he always gives me the same answer when I ask him why he hasn't started. I don't have the money. Moreover, this is a major issue. For the poor, finding things to go wrong is second nature. He might have gotten an investor or save up enough money to get started in the last 4 years. He hasn't even looked into the market, much alone develop a strategy. That money will suddenly take care of everything else for him. He will, however, encounter another difficulty in the process. There will always be stumbling blocks and a myriad of things that may go wrong, no matter what industry you choose to become involved in. When it comes to money, if you're more like my buddy who doesn't do anything except grumble about how tough it is, you're definitely in the same predicament as him. Even if they have all they need, some individuals may say things like, "What if it doesn't work out? Work. Why should anybody know that I failed?" No one is even somewhat interested in it. Number 5. When it comes to the impoverished, they want to be paid hourly. How often do you hear people say, "I deserve to be paid $50 an hour or $60. I'm smarter or more skilled since I'm a graduate of this or that school"? The answer is yes. Would you watch this video since I've spent so much time making it? In the end, it's all about the value you're able to provide. Jeff Bezos is earning $4.5 million an hour while you're whining, while his firm is delivering value to millions of people across the world while you're working. Number 6. Rich and successful people are despised by the poor. An interview with a well-known entrepreneur was playing on television the other day. After that, I went down to the comment section and saw that many individuals were expressing their displeasure. This sleazy douchebag doesn't belong on this channel. Even if he may be inherited part of his riches, the person worked hard to get there, and his work ethic is likely considerably higher than yours. Some individuals appear to feel compelled to despise the 1% or certain wealthy families. Here's a lifesaver. If you're fed up with them, why not join them? Number 7. Poor people, on the other hand, assume they know it all. This is the one that gets the most laughs. When faced with financial difficulties, what do individuals often do? You may point the finger at anything and everyone, beginning with the politicians who control the nation and ending with your employer. They moan about it. He may be more receptive if you suggest he take up a book and study even the most basic concepts of personal finance management. "I know how to take care of my money," and he'll tell you that. Well, if you have everything worked out, why aren't you ever wealthy? Then they'll come up with yet another reason why you can't go. Not just the monetary aspect though, everything else, on the other hand. In an argument, haven't you noticed that individuals attempt to show themselves correct even if the other person isn't? And, to be honest, when I was a teen, I had the same mindset and was really obstinate. But then I understood that if I continue on this path, I would never be able to learn or improve. As a result, I stopped behaving as if I knew everything and began focusing on my movements and how they felt. They can be fixed. Number 8. Poor people misuse their financial resources. Money management is a skill that must be acquired rather than something that comes naturally to everyone. If you're generating money, it doesn't guarantee you know how to handle it. It's common for people to fear that taking control of their finances would limit their independence. They don't want to keep a set of budget or consider hard before purchasing anything. They finally earn their money and they're ready to savor it. You will never be financially independent if you don't learn to handle your money properly. That temporary sense of thoughtless contentment isn't freedom at all. In addition, many individuals believe that in order to effectively manage it, you must have a sizable fortune. If you can't handle your paycheck effectively, how do you expect to manage 10 times that amount? Trust me, it's a lot harder than you think. That's all I had for you today. Click on the notification bell so you will be notified for new videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.